Hello everyone, this is Meenakshi Dilip Birari, working as a assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nasik. In previous lectures, we have discussed the role and deficiency symptoms of macronutrients, which are grouped as primary nutrients and secondary nutrients. We have studied in detail of primary nutrients nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and calcium, magnesium, sulfur, which are secondary nutrients. Today we are going to discuss micronutrients, at least 7 elements which are considered necessary for the growth and reproduction of higher plants. These are zinc, iron, manganese, copper, boron, molybdenum, and chlorine, which are also the essential nutrients but required in a very less amount for the growth and reproduction of higher plants. So let's see in detail about micronutrients, its role and deficiency symptoms. What are micronutrients? The word micronutrients represents some essential nutrients that are required in very small quantities for the growth of plants and microorganisms. So these are micronutrients required in a very small quantity. There are 16 essential elements for plant growth, out of which the 7 essential elements are micronutrients. They are iron, manganese, copper, zinc, boron, molybdenum, and chlorine. So out of these micronutrients, iron, manganese, copper, zinc behaves like a cations. These are positively charged, and boron, molybdenum, and chlorine behave like a anion, which are negatively charged. So that the chemistry of micronutrient cations are different from micronutrient anions. Micronutrients are also called trace elements or also known as oligo elements. Micronutrients which required in a very small quantities for the growth of plants and microorganisms. So out of 16 essential elements for plant growth, 7 elements are considered as micronutrients. Micronutrients are essential elements that are used by plants in small quantities. For most micronutrients, crop uptake is less than 1 pound per acre. In spite of this low requirement, critical plant functions are limited if micronutrients are unavailable. So it results in plant abnormalities and also it reduces the growth and also shows the lower yield of crops due to deficiency of micronutrient or if the micronutrients are unavailable. So at least 7 micronutrients are necessary for the growth and reproduction of higher plants. Due to multiple cropping, growing high yield varieties and increase in the use of NPK fertilizers, there is a depletion of micronutrients in such higher amounts that result into appearance of micronutrient deficiency. In India, the deficiencies of micronutrients have been observed in certain types of soil, especially which are used for commercial crops. So on account of increase in population and also the land resources, there has been pressure on land. As a result of many crops are now being grown particularly in areas having irrigation. Thus, due to multiple cropping and growing high yield varieties with the help of increased use of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium fertilizers, there is a depletion of micronutrients which results into the appearance of deficiency of micronutrients. So besides of all these factors, the awareness of crop quality also led to micronutrient deficiency in soil of various areas. So in which form the micronutrient will be absorbed by plants? So there are total 7 to 8 micronutrients which are available in the form of ions. Already I have explained that some micronutrients are available in the form of cation and some micronutrients in the form of anion, that are positively charged or negatively charged ions. So here the ion, it is absorbed by plants in two forms, that may be Fe2 plus or Fe3 plus, manganese Mn2 plus or Mn4 plus, or also the copper in the form of Cu2 plus ions, zinc in the form of Zn2 plus, boron that may be available in the form of borate, that may be HBO3 2 minus, BO3 3 minus, or B4O7 2 minus, like that. Chlorine, that is Cl minus, negatively charged ion. Molybdenum MoO4 2 minus, and Ni, that is nickel, which is also one of the essential micronutrient considered. So it is absorbed by plant in the form of Ni2 plus. So these are the forms of micronutrients absorbed by plants in the form of cations or in the form of anions. Now what are the general functions of micronutrients? How the micronutrients plays an important role in the growth and reproduction of higher plants. So let us see the general functions of micronutrients. By combining with specific protein, elements with low catalytic activity may acquire higher catalytic efficiency due to the use of micronutrients. The elements may act as a cofactor or activators of enzyme. The elements may affect the properties of enzymes, and also the element may cooperate with specific enzymes and proteins to acquire high enzymatic activity. So these are the general functions of all the micronutrients, at least 7 micronutrients which are considered necessary for the growth and reproduction of higher plants: zinc, iron, manganese, copper, boron, molybdenum, and chlorine. All these micronutrients having these general functions. Now let us see one by one each micronutrients in detail. First of all, zinc. So what are the major functions of zinc? Zinc, it is also an essential component of three enzymes, that are carbonic anhydrase, alcoholic dehydrogenase, superoxide dismutase, which is used for energy production in protein synthesis and also in growth regulation. So zinc, it is one of the essential component of these three enzymes: carbonic anhydrase, alcoholic dehydrogenase, and superoxide dismutase. Zinc is also important in the synthesis of IAA. It is also essential for water uptake, and it plays an important role in stabilization of protein. Zinc, out of all the micronutrient, is recognized to be the most deficient element, so that whenever zinc is deficient, it also causes the deficiency symptoms of plants. So what are the deficiency symptoms related to zinc? The plants containing less than 15 ppm zinc, then deficiency symptoms will occur. So whenever the concentration of zinc, it is very less than 15 ppm, then it causes the deficiency symptoms. Also, interveinal chlorosis first appear in younger leaves due to the deficiency of zinc. It reduces the size of the leaves and causes the little leaf disorder. Mainly also causes the calcareous soils, deficiency of zinc. So deficiency related to zinc mainly occur in calcareous soils. Due to zinc deficiency, the following symptoms also occur, that is Khaira disease in rice, white bird in maize, little leaf in cotton, chili, brinjal, and citrus fruits are also in mangoes. Also in guava, bronzing occurs due to the deficiency of zinc. So when soluble zinc is added to soil, it is adsorbed as an exchangeable zinc. With time, the equilibrium shifts to where some of the zinc is absorbed in the lattice structure of the clay and cannot be extracted with salt solutions, but it can be extracted with dilute HCl. And zinc is recognized to be the most deficient element of all the micronutrients. So, what are the functions of zinc, which plays an important role in the production of or functioning of several enzyme systems? Also, zinc is necessary for the formation of auxins, the growth promoting substances in plants. So, in functioning of several enzymes, zinc plays an important role, and also it is necessary for the formation of auxins. Auxins are nothing but the growth promoting substances in plants. Now, the deficiency symptoms of zinc. The first obvious symptom of zinc deficiency is interveinal chlorosis of the upper leaves or the younger leaves. Interveinal chlorosis, that means the loss of coloration due to the deficiency of zinc. Growth of the plant is slowed down and affected part of plants shows rose-like color due to the deficiency of zinc. Zinc deficiencies in corn and sorghum are identified by a wide band of white tissues on each side of the little midrib, and this symptom is known as white bird. So it is the crop specific symptom related to zinc, especially in corn and also in sorghum, that is identified by a wide band of white tissue on each side of the leaf midrib, and that symptom is known as white bird. Zinc deficiency in cotton, it shows little leaf. The size of the leaves reduces, so that is formation of little leaf. Yellow mottling between the veins of the leaf, and that is called as a mottle leaf. If the zinc deficiency we observe in cotton, it shows the little leaf, and in citrus yellow mottling which causes the mottle leaf. In soybeans, due to the deficiency of zinc, there is the formation of reddish brown spots on older leaves. So these are also the crop specific symptoms of zinc, that is in corn and sorghum the symptom is known as white bird. In cotton it shows little leaf. In citrus it shows mottle leaf, and in soybeans there is the formation of reddish brown spots on older leaves. So these are the deficiency symptoms of zinc. So again we can observe here the deficiency of zinc. In tomato also, due to the deficiency of zinc, there is the formation of interveinal chlorosis, that is loss of green coloration. So both in that we observe the deficiency of zinc. Now how we can correct the deficiency of zinc? Generally zinc deficiency is associated with neutral to alkaline soils. Plant composition levels of less than 10 ppm zinc in a leaf is usually considered a sign of deficiency for most of the plants or crops. So by the application of fertilizers we can correct the deficiency of zinc. So what are the fertilizers used to remove zinc deficiency? Soil fertilization with zinc sulfate ZnSO4 at 10 to 20 kilogram per acre depending upon the zinc fixation capacity is adequate for more agronomic crops. For this, foliar spray are also very effective in row crops and also for fruit trees. So simply soil fertilization with zinc sulfate at 10 to 20 kilogram per acre depending upon the zinc fixation capacity is adequate for more agronomic crops. So to correct the deficiency of zinc, you can apply zinc sulfate at 10 to 20 kilogram per acre. So zinc is a micronutrient. It requires in a very small quantity. Now the second micronutrient, iron. So let us see the function of micronutrient iron and also deficiency symptoms related to iron. Iron is important constituent of two group of protein, heme protein and FeS protein, heme sulfide protein. Iron is also involved in the production of chlorophyll. It is also involved in oxygen carrier, nucleic acid metabolism, chlorophyll synthesis, in protein synthesis. Also it acts as a catalyst in N2 reductase. It is also one of the structural component of porphyrin molecules. Iron also required for nitrogen fixation. So iron is involved in the production of chlorophyll, also in various processes like nucleic acid metabolism, chlorophyll synthesis, in protein synthesis. Iron is important, is also required for nitrogen fixation. What is the role of iron? Iron plays an important role in several metabolic reactions. Although iron is not a constituent of chlorophyll, yet it acts as a catalyst in production of chlorophyll. Fe also plays an important role in the synthesis of common precursors of chlorophyll and porphyrin enzymes such as catalase, peroxidase and cytochrome oxidase. Soil usually contains abundance of total Fe, but there are interacting factors which limits its availability to plants when heavy metals like copper, manganese, nickel and zinc accumulate in large amounts. So it may result into the deficiency of Fe in acid soils. Fe can exist in soils in both forms, that may be ferrous and ferric state. Fe is relatively immobile in soils. It is absorbed by the surface of the soil colloids. The oxidative reductive equilibrium between the Fe3 plus and Fe2 plus forms is influenced by Mn content of the soil, the pH and also the organic matter and by the soil aeration. So in both forms Fe is available in soil, that may be Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. So now what are the deficiency symptoms of iron? Yellow foliage, especially yellowing between veins in fruit leaves. Also young leaves first shows yellowish color. Plants lack of vigor are often stunted growth and plants are generally unproductive due to the deficiency of iron. In trees, Fe deficiencies show only on the foliage. Iron deficiencies are very common in ornamental plants. So these are particular things related to iron deficiency in maize and it is in soybean. Younger leaves exhibit interveinal chlorosis without dead spot. This is the only symptom due to the deficiency of iron. Plant having less than 50 ppm Fe then Fe deficiency will occur. Whole plants turning necrotic if the iron is deficient. So due to the deficiency of iron, there may be white eye in paddy, yellow blotch in citrus or green rating in potato. Iron deficiencies are found in almost all parts of world. Fe deficiencies are usually associated with neutral to alkaline soils and acid sandy soils which are sometimes deficient in iron. So it is very common in ornamental plants. To correct the Fe deficiency, iron salts or little value are used. So different fertilizers used to remove the deficiency of iron. By using the iron salt like FeSO4, we can correct the deficiency related to iron. Foliar spray method is most common method of correcting Fe deficiency. Also the chelates of iron like FeEDTA complex that may be applied to a soil, which are also effective for acid sand soil, but generally not on alkaline clay loam and loam soil. So we can apply the chelates of iron to correct the deficiency, to remove the deficiency of iron. Now the next micronutrient, let us see manganese. Manganese is also necessary micronutrient which is necessary in photosynthesis, nitrogen metabolism and to form other compounds required for plant metabolism. It is also important constituent of superoxide dismutase. It takes part in electron transport in photosystem too. Amine also act as an enzyme activation and this enzyme produce amino acid. Plant needs small amounts of amine to grow and mature properly. Otherwise, they fail completely as if they lacked the major elements. So, what is the role of manganese? Manganese acts as an enzyme activator for nitrogen assimilation. It is essential for the manufacture of chlorophyll. All chlorophyll tissues have the higher concentration of manganese. Manganese control the state of oxidation of several oxidation reduction reactions in the plants. So these are the functions of manganese. It acts as a enzyme activator for nitrogen assimilation. It is essential for the manufacture of chlorophyll. Now, what are the deficiency symptoms of manganese? Amine deficiency is typically characterized by intervenal chlorosis. Again, the dark green veins with yellow discoloration between the veins, that is called as intervenal chlorosis. It varies depending upon the crop. Small grain crops may have grey specks. That means there is the formation of the small spot or stain and the strips that run parallel to the leaf blade known as grey speck. It occurs at random across a field. So this particular symptom is observed in grainy crops due to the deficiency of manganese. Leaves of amine deficient corn plants have yellow strips that run parallel to the blade, and the leaves of tobacco and soybean seedlings exhibit a rusty, flaked appearance. In acute situations, tobacco leaves turn brown and also disintegrate and fall off due to the deficiency of manganese. So, this appearance, that is the rusty, flaked appearance, it is similar to ozone damage. In acute situation, tobacco leaves turn brown, disintegrate and fall off. The another symptom, that is peanuts, exhibit an intervenal chlorosis that generally occurs in spot across the field. So these are the various deficiency symptoms related to manganese. Grey speck, formation of small spot or stain and strips that run parallel to the leaf blade. It occurs at random across a field due to the deficiency of manganese in grainy crops. Leaves of manganese deficient corn plants have yellow strips that run parallel to the blade, and in tobacco and soybean seedlings exhibit a rusty flaked appearance. In acute situations, there may be the formation of brown leaves or disintegrate and also fall off. So we can observe here grey specks in oat, that is a particular symptom of manganese. Small spot or stain, grey specks and strips that run parallel to the leaf blade, which is known as gray speck. Then the second one, soybean, the complete interveinal chlorosis. Here the loss of green coloration, so that is observed due to the deficiency of manganese in soybean. Now by using the various fertilizers we can correct or remove the deficiency of manganese. The manganese deficiency is due to one of the two factors. The soil contains less than 4 ppm manganese, or if the soil contains more than 4 ppm manganese but the pH is above 6.2. So Mn deficiencies occur most frequently in sandy coastal plain soils that have been overlined. Acid forming fertilizers increases the amount of Mn available for plant uptake. And to correct the deficiency of manganese by applying a minimum MnSO4 of 10 lbs per acre as a broadcast application. MnSO4, manganese sulfate, nearly about 28% of manganese. It is a good source of manganese to correct the deficiency of manganese. So by using the foliar method, foliar spray method, we can correct, or also by using the broadcast application we can correct the deficiency of manganese. So MnSO4 containing 28%, it is also good source of foliar fertilizers, effective when applied at appropriate rate. So today we have studied 3 micronutrients, their functions related to plant growth, and also deficiency symptoms. We have discussed micronutrient zinc, iron and manganese. Now the remaining micronutrients, these are copper, molybdenum, boron and chlorine. We will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.